Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Game Awards was last Thursday. Congratulations to Astrobot, well-deserved win,
I
Game of
think
the
so.
Year. Also nice to see that Balatro won. I think best indie game or best I don't forget what the actual terminology is, but they did win an award for like best indie game or something along those lines. Hellblade, even though it had terrible writing, um, I do understand why they won Best Audio because it was absolutely phenomenal. Also, congratulations to the to Melina Jurgens who played Senua. She always does a fantastic job, but like I said, the writers didn't give her much to go off of. I wish the story had more depth, but no matter, I guess. And it was also nice to see Helldivers win not only best ongoing game, but best multiplayer game as well. Um,
Right.
Fantastic. I'm also just nice to see that the all like these. I don't think you can call Astrobot a indie game, but it's just nice to see like these little nice games
But
that were made specifically to be fun and not to take money out my wallet. Those are the
or take
games that
themselves
won.
too seriously.
Yeah, exactly. Like I'm glad to see that all these games actually were put into the limelight and were able to get some recognition, basically. Because that at the end of the day, we just want to play a fun game. Um, and one other thing, I cannot believe I heard about some drama about for Black Myth Wukong developers. People saying that the developer was crying in his seat because he didn't win Game of the Year, and he had written his
Accepting
acceptance
speech.
speech 2 years before. What? What are
You
you
know what
doing?
though? I'll tell you this. I like the visualization, but that's ballsy. that's that's ballsy, especially in the gaming industry. That's
2 years
oh
before
boy.
though,
How long was
conceded.
that game in
That's
how long was that game
asinine.
in development though?
Blackman, I have no idea. That is a good question.
Especially
I can look it
especially
up.
if he wrote that bad boy 2 years ago? That's that's intense. You know what though? I can't hate him for it. I love the visualization, but that's just really ballsy, especially for.
6 years of development. We had a budget of 70 million.
I mean, I said 4 years into it, we got it. That's crazy. Okay, I'm here for it. That's okay.
But that's still weirdo behavior. You need to get it together. Um, really.
Well, and they had a problem. I mean, whether or not we want to acknowledge it or not, but it was still going up against Elden Ring's DLC, which I think is crazy. The fact that it got that much hype.
The dick riding has to stop. I understand. It's Elden Ring. I
Okay, wait.
understand.
Before we go all the way off the rails,
We're not going off the rails. I promise you. I'm gonna keep this. I'm gonna keep the rail there. I promise. I'm not going off. But the dick riding, it needs to stop. DLC really, we need to have a separate place for that. I'm fine with that being in its own little category. But Game of the Year, absolutely not. No, absolutely not. Before we get into anything else, I'm Cal,
and I'm Ghost.
and welcome to Skill Point. But this video was supposed to be the games that we are looking forward to the most for next year. I don't have everything on this list because not everything interested me. I wish X was here because there were some of the games on here that I know he was excited to play, but I don't know if you remember
I
Ninja
do.
Gaiden back in the day.
I do.
3D action game. Really good, like combo, kind of like reminds me of Devil May Cry a
Absolutely.
little bit. Um, but yeah, now they're
I'm
doing
actually
like
excited for it.
a side scroller, and it seems like a lot of games are like switching to that. Like it,
You know
like
what? get. You know what? Dude, for those people that are doing the like Concord, if you're gonna do the side scroller thing, get into it now. Let's not do it 7 or 8 years from now and then it bombs.
Right. Because they did the same thing with Prince of Persia, which actually, I think it won a couple of awards, if I'm not mistaken, but Ubisoft closed that studio down, so yeah. Ubisoft is full of morons.
Yeah, they're having a bad time over there for sure.
Slay the Spire 2, the roguelike deck builder. I know X has thousands of hours in this game. But it was they initially planned to launch on Unity, but I don't know if you remember that thing that happened with that engine. Like the pricing controversy.
Yep.
But they decided to take their game completely off of that engine and build it on a completely different one. Built it from the ground up again, which is why the game has been delayed, but is slated to come out next year. So look for that. Also, a favorite of mine that came out of nowhere. Dave the Diver was something that I just happened to see on Steam. It looked interesting. I love the art style, this 8-bit pixel, like bright color. It looked fun. And it was addicting because it was technically 2 games in one. You got like a guy who is just jumping off a boat, going and exploring the deep ocean, collecting fish. And as you kept upgrading your gear to like dive deeper and deeper into the ocean. And then like the fish you caught, after you did that run, you actually have to manage a sushi restaurant at night. So all the fish that you get caught go onto the menu at the sushi restaurant. Or can I say sushi? Go to the sushi restaurant.
It's tough.
And you have to manage that. Completely hooked. Game was well made. It had really great writing, and I'm glad to see they're getting the sequel. So that's something I'm definitely looking forward to. An interesting game that came out, Thick as Thieves. Did you see a trailer for this?
I did. I'm kind of interested in it as well.
It's a stealth game where it looks like you're going to be playing in a sandbox, competing with other thieves to steal the prize jewel for that specific map. This comes from Warren Spector, who was behind Thief and the Dishonored series, I believe. One thing that bothers me about games like this is they always devolve into just scrapping in the street. Like,
that's what it's gonna be.
Stealth goes out the way all the time. And same thing happened with like Assassin's Creed had a multiplayer back in the day. But half the time, it was never really anybody using stealth like they were supposed to. It was just mugs just going up and just killing people willy-nilly, like with no tact whatsoever. But I hope they have some systems in place to prevent that from happening. But did you have anything else you wanted to say about that game?
No, but it is something, I don't know. There's a couple of games on here that I'm just kind of interested to play because it's going to be a little bit different and outside of my, I guess, normal genre of games.
Yeah,
there is another one that they showed that Viking survival game is something I'm also interested in.
What was it called?
I totally forget. I was sitting here thinking about it too. I jumped the gun and said something about it.
It's not something that's already been out, has it? Is it?
No. It was something that was in the upcoming games.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll have to look for that then, because I like survival games, well-made ones anyway.
Yeah, just very different. But yeah, I'm interested into Ninja Gaiden in this game too. So we'll see.
Shadow Labyrinth. I actually saw the secret level episode for this first. I didn't even know they were making a game for it. Small caveat: secret level is nothing but. I feel like they're just trying to advertise games for most of the episodes that I've seen. There's only 3 out of the series that I felt like were good. Obviously, the Warhammer one was one of the best. But yeah, it's had its own secret level episode, but it's like a really twisted version of Pac-Man.
Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Even it's just so eerie, like the thing following you, and then like in the series, like when he doesn't want to let her out of the labyrinth, she literally digs into his back and like tries to like she's eating him, like trying to consume him, basically. And I'm like, bro, what am I watching? And she's constantly telling him you need to eat, like eat or be eaten. But yeah, side-scroller Metroidvania looks really interesting. Something to definitely grab on your Steam Deck to play on the go. Yeah, another interesting one. This one.
Oh, the game's called Viking Destiny, by the way. My bad.
Viking Destiny. Okay, I have to look out for that. This is a game that I did not expect to grab my attention. As you know, I do not play any sports games whatsoever.
Here we go. I already know what it is.
Okay, then what is it?
No, go ahead. Go ahead. I just want to hear you say it, because I saw it. I was like, you know what this looks like?
I was just about to say, I have over 2,000 hours in Rocket League.
Yep.
Rematch is something that's going on my PlayStation or PC day one. I don't even like sports games, but the fact that they took the camera and put it behind the player, and also the fact that the ball can bounce off of the walls too, and like it be used as strategy to score a goal. Oh, I'm in immediately. Like, and something else was like knocking in my brain of what this reminded me of. Have you seen a movie called Shaolin Soccer?
No, I have not.
Oh my god. You want to talk? The movie is absolutely ridiculous. But yeah, that's what it reminded me of. But I just love arcade style sports games. I don't like the simulation ones. If you give me like what we were talking about earlier, like NFL Blitz, stuff like that, I love it when it's kind of like cartoony almost. But yeah, this is like a third-person soccer game made by Slow Clap, and I've been playing Slow Clap's games since their first game, which was Absolver, and I played Sifu as well, which was also excellent. But this is definitely a route that I did not expect them to go. But I will be playing this because all their games have been great. If you did not play Absolver, you missed something great. Let's see. The Witcher 4. I don't think anything else needs to be said. I love this series and the lore and the world so much. Screw Netflix for messing up Henry and not allowing him to be the Witcher in the way that we wanted him to be the Witcher. Thinking they can write a better story than the books. If you want to write a better story, how about you write it yourself and not take the material that's already there thinking you can make it better. We don't want your iteration. We want what was in the book to be readapted on screen. That's what we wanted to see. Anyway.
I love the passion.
Ciri is the new protagonist, which was what we expected anyway. I felt like it naturally progressed towards that direction. Apparently the incels are up in arms about it because they feel like Ciri doesn't have big tits or her face isn't pretty enough for them to jack off to. But I love that they're using her as a protagonist, and also based on the trailer, looks like she's gone through the trial of grasses and become a Witcher herself. So that's going to be really interesting to play through. Ghost, have you played The Witcher? I don't think you have.
I have not.
Okay. Have you watched
I missed that.
Oh,
I missed. Oh, I watched the show. I missed that genre game.
Oh, okay. It's still gorgeous. Like if you were to go back and play it, you would love it because I think the graphics have also been updated and they got mods to increase the visuals. So amazing game.
Well, I mean, next year's going to be the year of exploration, so we'll see. Obviously, it's not going to come out like that. Well, we'll see, but I don't know, man. I'll definitely try it.
Yep. For all you Elden Ring guys out there, Nightreign is coming out. It's a standalone co-op adventure game. You get 3-player teams. The game is strictly co-op, which was a change of pace for them. It doesn't look like you can't create your own character. They give you like preset ones. From what I read, Ghost, does this interest you?
Well, no, because I've just been playing. I mean, I do have a bunch of hours. I got like 400 hours into it. Actually, no, not really. I wish it did, but it the last update I didn't even get into, so I don't think I'm gonna get into this one because having to go back through and play that expansion and then play this in some fashion, I don't think I'm up for that.
I understand that.
And then here's the thing: it's also co-op. My co-op wouldn't play for a discussion that we literally had prior to doing this.
And I don't want to go off the rails on
You
that.
would all off rails.
But yeah, for all of you looking forward, that's something for you guys to look forward to in the future. Project Robot, anything this guy makes, I can't even remember the studio. I definitely need to call out the studio because I've played just about every single one of their games and it has been excellent experience. They're the same people who made Shadow of the Colossus that I just happened to find at GameStop, looked at the back of the box, like, this looks interesting, took it home and did not play it non-stop. Basically a boss run, but the bosses are climbable.
I'm definitely in for that.
You should definitely, they have the PlayStation 4, they did remaster it for PlayStation 4. You should definitely just take a look at it, get into it, and just play the first one. Play the first boss and see what it was like. Excellent game. Team Ico. Has to be Ico. Yeah. They did Shadow of the Colossus and The Last Guardian, which were both great. But they got a new game coming out. Basically gave us nothing to go off of other than the trailer. It's like did you see the trailer? It's like a really dark world, and like this modulated voice is speaking in the background, and as the character climbs up this machine, in the distance, like on the horizon, this appears to be like a black mass, like it almost looks like a murder of crows moving towards you, and the character is moving up this what looks like a Gundam or a version of a Gundam. He gets into the head of this thing, cranks it up. The ears of this thing.
Why haven't I seen this?
The ears of this thing come out like jet propulsion, and as the modulated voice is in the background counting down, he's blasting up, like the head separates from the body, and just as he gets away from the body, like it gets destroyed by whatever's down there. This trailer gave me intense anxiety.
Oh, it's right here. I'm watching it. Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, as the head detaches, that's
Yeah.
really good graphics.
Whatever this guy makes, it is always it's always so unique, and I'm always like, how the hell did you even begin to think of this? But The Last Guardian, Shadow of the Colossus, if you have not played them, they are a must play. Shadow of the Colossus more so than The Last Guardian. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for that. Split Fiction. This is another one that I dropped the ball on their first game, which was It Takes Two, and we definitely need to go back. Well, I need to find somebody to play with me.
I'll get on there.
It's a co-op. It's a co-op game, and apparently it has a story, and you're just what I can remember. Just going off of my memory, I believe the first one was about a couple that were moving, and they were actually going to get a divorce as well. But something happened between
I think you and I were actually I think you and I started that game.
Yeah, I can't remember if we did or not, but yeah, like they're about to get a divorce, but somehow they get turned into puppets, and then they have to go through like all these challenges while talking through their working together, talking through their struggles. Well-made game. It won Game of the Year back in 2021. The studio behind it is called Hazel Light. But yeah, they have a new one coming out called Split Fiction, where you play as Mio and Zoe. The story is they're both writers that are trying to get published by a tech company that will take your story and turn it into like a VR simulation.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, but somehow when they're just based off the trailer, they both got put into the same pod as they're trying to showcase, and so their stories get mixed together. Zoe, I think either Mio is the one that writes science fiction, and Zoe is the one that writes fantasy. So as you're going through the game, like you're going to be skipping between sci-fi worlds and fantasy worlds. Just looking at the trailer, I want to play immediately. It looks so fun to play. Like at one instance, you have a dragon on your back that helps you, like while he's on your back, use his wings to glide. But as you go through the level, the dragon matures and gets bigger to the point where you're actually riding the dragon at the end. Like it's what I'm not describing. Like fun as hell. Like I want to play that immediately. I've seen like in another trailer part they show like Tron bikes riding down the side of a building. I want to play that. Not next year. Tomorrow. Today.
For Christmas.
Right. But yeah, I'm definitely excited for that. And another thing I like about how user-friendly, not user-friendly, what's the word? How consumer-friendly they are. Because if I buy the game, you can play Ghost online.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So only one person has to buy the game for your buddy to enjoy it with you. Also, there's no microtransactions, no loot boxes. Get the gameplay, and that's it. And that's how gaming should be. That's how it started off. That's how it should end. But yeah, something to look forward to. Borderlands 4. I'm not a big fan of Borderlands. I played Borderlands 3 with X back in the day. It didn't really grab my attention because at the time I wasn't really big into looter shooters. I am now. But even by looking at the trailer, this didn't spark any interest from me whatsoever. And I think it didn't spark any interest in me is because the characters, like the Vault Hunters, the main characters, looked bland. They looked like generic characters that you would just, I don't know, randomize, I guess. They look like people you get missions from. That's what they look like. It didn't. And I think the reason why is the way the trailer was, the way it was edited, because it was edited the same way Borderlands did all their other trailers. Like this is a new, if this is a new edition of Borderlands that we haven't seen, you should have redid the trailer in a way that would get us excited. But don't just do the same thing you've been doing for the last few years. We wanted something new, something fresh. But yeah,
we're not getting it there.
Hopefully we can see some more gameplay later on to strike up some interest. But yeah, I don't feel anything for that whatsoever. Virtua Fighter is coming back. I played this years ago on like the PlayStation. I wasn't really big into Virtua Fighter. I was more of a Tekken person, Dead or Alive. That was more of my gig, but it's good to see that they're bringing back these older fighters and redoing them. Another game that caught my attention was Project Century. Did you see that one?
I don't think I did. I want to say I did, but I'm not sure.
Did you ever play Sleeping Dogs or seen gameplay for it?
No.
It's like a beat 'em up like brawler. Like it takes place in 1915 Japan. Made by
I'm in for that. And you said all the good things. I'm in.
Yeah. Made by the same studio that is responsible for the Yakuza series.
It'd be good them.
Yeah, so really is a different change of pace for them, but my God, these people are putting out.
I'm looking at it right now. Gameplay looks good. The graphics look great. I'm in.
Yeah, I'll sign up for anything where I just get to kick ass, like on the street. Like I love shooting, but if I can spar with somebody or like beat up multiple men in a room and use like things around the room like bats, throw them through doors, kicking them, drop kick, yeah, I'll be on there for hours. But yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to that. Turok, did you play that back in the day?
Oh boy, I was waiting for you to say this one. I cannot wait for this to come out. I'm so excited. It's freaking ridiculous because the game is the prequel to the first two. So I'm super interested in it.
I didn't get into Turok back in the day. I did hear it was really good. By reading by the comments, it looked like some people were kind of disappointed that they didn't stick to first person and they went to third.
They did, but it's okay. Do something different. It's fine.
Yeah, it's okay. But
And here's the thing: the first two and this one are so far in between that it's okay to do that. You know what I mean?
and also, go ahead.
No, go ahead. You're good.
No, I was saying that it's also made by Saber Interactive, who has been making good games lately. They did World War Z, Space Marine, although we got to get back on there. And now this. So I trust them. They have the experience. We've played them, and they've been good games. So I'm definitely looking forward. It looks good. Looks fantastic. I get to hunt dinosaurs. Who wouldn't want to do that?
And there's survival mechanisms in it.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
definitely in.
That's a good way to get me addicted.
Oh, and they got bows in there that do some special things.
Right.
So we all know how you feel about bows.
Oh my god. My sweet, sweet Tiku's divination from Destiny. Father misses you.
Magical times.
A game came out back through 1995. It was an arcade racing game. They were bringing that back called Screamer. I don't remember this game from shit.
Doesn't matter
at all, but I'm excited that we're getting a lot of different racing games again, because we need Gran Turismo and Gran Turismo's been doing their thing. Let's be clear. Gran Turismo is doing its job. Need for Speed, on the other hand, I don't know what y'all are doing.
Is not.
Y'all are not doing your job. I don't like. And it's crazy that you have maintained mainstream attention even after all of these lackluster games you keep giving us. I'm hoping somebody dethrones you, like, at this point, because you don't deserve it.
No, I can't wait for this one either. They could definitely do it.
Right.
I mean, come on, man. They got an NSX drifting around corners and stuff. I'm
Right.
so sold.
And I want to get, Lord, I started there. I want to get invested into the story again, because I did not care about the story of Need for Speed. I was like, you guys can't. The voice acting's trash. I don't care about any of this. Like, your story's boring. But
I couldn't tell if it was the actors or the writing.
Both.
Because the writing was rough.
I promise you, if writing can carry you a long ways. When The Witcher first came out, the writing, the combat wasn't that great, but the writing was superb. That's what kept me playing. But yeah, they Need for Speed. My God, get it together. I don't even know how they could get it together.
I don't know if they can. I don't know if they can.
Right.
It's wild and it's weird. Just get back to just the original street racing part of it. Like, give it some support.
Right. Bring back Underground. I'm not repeating myself.
You don't even have to do like a full ground up restoration.
Right.
Just remaster it and drop it again.
Yeah, to remake it.
Like, okay, I get the reason why they did Hot Pursuit, but you did the wrong game. Like, I had a ton of fun on Hot Pursuit when it first came out, but come on, man. You had a board of directors sit around and look at each other, and that's the one you picked?
Right.
I'm disgusted. It's so disgusted.
Hopefully this ends up being good. I'm just glad to be able to play like a variety of racing games next year. I'm looking forward to that. Do you remember a game called Onimusha Way of the Sword?
No, but it looks fantastic, though.
And apparently this game is actually what inspired God of War to be made, because
that's interesting.
I don't know how he pronounces that. Jaff, I think, or Jafe, I don't know. He said when he played that, he realized, he'd like to do something like that, but with Greek mythology. That's how God of War came to what it is.
Okay.
But yeah, it's definitely something I want to play. I kind of hate that I missed out on like some of these great games back in the day. Even though I played hundreds upon hundreds of games, there's still some bangers that I missed out on, and then I don't get to appreciate the excitement when they get brought back into like
Tokyo Extreme Racing. Oh, sorry.
Oh yeah,
we were talking about me.
I do get to experience the excitement for that, but I wish I could just experience more. But yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing the gameplay for that. Mafia, the Old Country. I'm not into this series whatsoever. I know we got some people in our Discord who love this series. This time it's taking place in Sicily during the 1900s. This is the origin story, basically. It's going to be a third-person action adventure game like the previous ones. I'll take a look at it. If it comes on Game Pass, I'll definitely get it from there. But it's not something I'm going to jump right in, pay $70 for straight off the bat. That's not me. And also these games, I feel like they have, like I tried to get into the last Mafia game, but I kept having audio issues, trying to get immersed into the story. Then the character loses audio halfway through his talking. I'm like, you know what? I'm done. Like,
yeah, that's the end of that.
This was like towards the end of it. It's like, it won't get any more updates. This is like the finished project. I'm getting audio delays. No, I'm good. But, Ghost, did you have any more before I get to this last one?
Go to the last one, because I'm wondering if you're going to talk about this one.
My favorite developer, I think they're my favorite developer of all time, actually. Naughty Dog has finally made another IP after focusing on The Last of Us for 10 years. It's nice to see this studio take on something entirely brand new. And it's hitting every single vibe, everything that can make me interested and get me addicted. We got space, and we got like this 80s vibe going on. With like this old, it's kind of like this old and new tech merged together. This like modular screens, like everything about it. I'm like, I cannot wait to see what the story is behind this and what the gameplay is going to be like. The sword that she whipped out at the end, I'm like, what the hell is that? Why are you hunting this man? Why does he have a bounty of 1.8? I think it was like 1.8 million. Why is he hiding off on this planet? Why they showcase her wearing Adidas, Sony music player in the ship. The ship is made by Porsche. What is going on? Because it does not, the product placement was weird, but it felt like it was on purpose, not because those brands asked Naughty Dog to put those there. It was like it was intentional, kind of like a reflection of our own world.
Oh, I'm sure.
Basically. So this feels like, it feels like this might take place like years later in our own world. This is why they showed all those brands from the get-go, because I don't think Naughty Dog has such prestige nowadays. I don't really think that they would, take money just to, like a brand asks them, hey, can you put this? I don't think they would do that. They just have so much status, like within the industry. It's on purpose, I feel like. But
oh, I'm sure.
The game is called Intergalactic, the Heretic Prophet.
It's gonna be fantastic.
I'm so excited.
It's gonna be so good.
Game. But yeah, was that the one that you wanted, or was there something else?
Yes, abso-freaking-lutely. Man, when she whipped the sword out and she jumped off the rock and we had a whole 300 moment, absolutely. That is going to happen all day.
I love the Uncharted series. Uncharted series is better than Tomb Raider in my opinion, and I don't care if I step on toes by saying that. For me, it has way better gameplay, and I don't know, it has better characters in my opinion. And I'm hoping that this is like Naughty Dog going back to like that action adventure type style, but a little bit more immersive, similar to The Last of Us 2. Just keeping you engaged in the game, no menus whatsoever. Everything is within the game, taking your bag off, going to the workshop, fixing the gun on the work table, all that. That's a good way to get me addicted. Don't bring up a menu. Let the camera go towards what I'm doing on the table. And let me see my character's hands. I don't know. It's so
flipping around.
It's so stupid because in The Last of Us 2, they don't show like the modifications that's being done to the gun, but just knowing that she's actually fixing that gun with whatever mod, and I can actually see the change in the weapon after she's done her modifications. And when you take the gun off the table, she cuts the light off of the workstation, puts it back in her bag, and we're good to go. All of that, like, the detail is what matters in the game. That's what gets people hooked. But yeah, I cannot wait.
Yep.
You have
Gonna be a good one.
Anything else?
Nope. There are a couple that are coming out, and I am super excited. Even some ones I'm probably not even sure I'm like excited about, but I'm sure there's a gem on here that will definitely dump 100 or so hours into.
By the way, this has nothing to do with Game Awards, but the one game that I know I'm going to be obsessed with is Subnautica 2. And I'm dragging 3 other people down to the depths with me because I am absolutely terrified.
That sounds fantastic. I think we're gonna do it. Actually, I think Subnautica was like $3 on PlayStation for like the last couple
It's an
weeks.
amazing game. I just can't. I literally want to throw up when I look like down into the dark and it's just water and I can't see. Panic attack.
Isn't there a phobia for that?
Yeah.
You would know that off the top of your head for sure.
Because
just
I'm in the
randomly.
subreddit for it. I don't know. Yeah.
What? Okay. You have too much free time. Just
I don't
all the
have
way
enough
around.
free time. But that's a conversation for another day. We appreciate you guys for listening to us rant. Let us know in the
Absolutely.
comments what you're excited to see, what you're looking forward to the most, because I want to talk about it. And no, I'm not going to do it.
Do it.
I'm not going to do that. Make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that bell, guys, so you never miss an episode, and we will catch you on the next one. Goodbye.
Bye.